What's up guys, it's Banana Cheesy here from the Big Brain Brawlers, and in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to get PSG mic without even trying. Okay guys, so before I start talking about other comps, I want to talk about Poco Double Tank. So I recommend using Poco Double Tank on the first and last map. The reason being, on the first map, you'll get quick wins against the bodier players, and on the last map, it's just really good. Alright, so the brawlers you want to be using are obviously Poco, then BB, who's really good right now, and then Frank and Rosa. So the gadgets and star powers you want to be using is anything healing related, or that gives you more health, and that should let you know everything you need to know about that. Other than for Rosa's gadget, I recommend using the new one, since this will help your team get squad wipes for easy goals. And I recommend using the new Frank gadget, because this will help draw away the defenders to allow your teammates to score easily. As you can see, I've also pulled up Poco Double Tank rules, and they're pretty straightforward and don't need an explanation, so pause here to look at them. And without further ado, let's get into the other comps. Alright guys, so for the first map, Super Stadium, I do recommend Poco Double Tank, but there are other great comps that are even better. The best comp on this map is Ruffs, Amber, and Mr. P. Ruffs will be the mid in that comp, and other great mids are Sprout, Byron, and then the free-to-play option is Jesse. Other great lanes are Sandy, BB, Max, B, Nita, and Barley. And for tips on the map, the number one tip is to control the lane. So there are kind of walls in the middle that are pretty far up on the map, so it's kind of hard to get by the middle unless you destroy it. So you're going to have to work the ball down the lanes and control them, which will help you defensively and offensively. Amber is really great at this. And then there are other great options if you don't have Amber or for some reason aren't good with Amber. And then you're going to want to use the choke points. So choke points are basically areas that brawlers have to walk through. So you can see that there's a lot of walls kind of near the spawn zone. So brawlers will have to kind of walk by these choke points in order to kind of escape their spawn. So you want to kind of control these and fire at the choke points in order to keep them in their spawn. And lastly, you want to rush open lanes. When you're trapped, you kind of want to push up open lanes to get back up on the map, gain more control. And to score, obviously, if you see an open lane, this could be huge for scoring. So those are the tips. As for the comps, you can do whatever you want. I recommend using Ruffs and Mr. P in the same comp. And a tip with them is, once you place down Ruff's super, Mr. P can use the power up and then place down his super. And his super will be powered up, which is really OP. But anyways, that's it for Super Stadium. Alright guys, so the second map is going to be Center Stage, and the comp I recommend is Tara, Sandy, and Amber, with Tara as a mid. So Ruffs also works as a mid, just as well as Tara, maybe because of how broken he is right now. But Tara is just so good with the gadget, the sight gadget of gaining control of the map. So that's why I would recommend Tara over Ruffs, but you can use Ruffs. And also Mr. P isn't as great on this map, which will make Ruffs kind of worse, because that kind of good combination between them won't be a factor in how good Ruffs is. And then Sandy and Amber are by far the best lanes on this map. Amber can tear up the grass, and then Sandy can get all the supers and connect them with the grass. And then other great mids are Sprout, Mr. P, and the free-to-play option is Jesse. And other great lanes are BB, Max, Byron, Mortis, Rico, and Nita. And now tips for this map are: destroy cover if you have less offense than the other team. So basically this means destroy bushes, destroy walls, destroy anything that the enemies can use to kind of hide behind. And this is only if you have less offense. If you're gonna go Poco Double Tank, you want to try to keep up the grass. And the next tip is to know where enemies are, because once you lose track of where everyone is in the bushes, then that can lead to giving up goals. And then work the ball down the far lanes, so you can see the kind of grass on near the edge of the map, and you're gonna want to work the ball down those on offense, because going down the middle will be pretty hard, because that's kind of where everyone tends to hang out. So yeah, that's the tips for center stage, and now I'm gonna go on to bank shot. Alright guys, so for the last map, bank shot, I do recommend using Poco Double Tank because it's easiest to follow the tips while using it. But there are other great comps in Brawlers. Mids include Sprout, Mr. P, and the free-to-play option Jesse. Then for lanes, you can use Ruffs, Amber, Sandy, Max, Byron, Rico, BB, and Nita. And now tips for this map are control the lanes, because as you can see, they're kind of like open lanes, and those are like, again, you can only really use the lanes to get the ball up, so you're gonna have to control them in order to help you on offense and defense. Again, Amber is amazing at this, and Poco Double Tank can help like the tanks push up the lanes. Then again, you want to use those choke points to your advantage while you're in kind of the enemy territory in order to keep them in their zone. And then you want to double lane to pressure on offense. So what this means is you want to put 2 brawlers in the same lane in order to really put pressure in order to work the ball down the lane. And so a great way to do this is Poco and a tank, which is why I recommend Poco Double Tank. But anyways, those are the tips for bank shots. Really want to work the ball down the lane, control those lanes, and once you're in their zone, you want to control the choke points. And then while you can also use the double lane in order to break out of getting spawn trapped. And anyways, that's the guide. I hope you guys do great in this challenge. It shouldn't be too hard. It's much easier than the normal challenges, and hopefully you guys can get PSG mic with ease. Well, that's it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next videos, which will be coming out very soon, so hope to see you then.